group. Okay, so tonight is our membership call for Empowered the Membership, and we're talking about manifesting. If anyone wants to put their where they're from in the chat, they can. And we're going to draw a card to start from the Law of Attraction deck, and it's going to be a really great class. I'm going to teach a lot of powerful, valuable, amazing content that's going to help us, help all of us. Okay, let's see what card shows up for us today. It says, I will praise success wherever I see it. When you find yourself critical of the way anyone has attracted or is using money, you are pushing money away from you. But when you realize that what others do with money has nothing to do with you, and that your primary work is to think and speak and do what feels good to you, then you will be in alignment, not only about the subject of money, but about every important subject in your physical experience. So what this means is when we judge another in any way around how they're making money, how they're spending money, how they're anything around, ultimately it's how someone is attracting in money, we are pushing it away from us. So, well, and then another version of that is any judgment of another is self-judgment. And when you know that we're all one, then we realize that when someone else is successful, we want to be happy for them because it means it's coming to us. It means it's all one. We're all one. Like my Jazzercise studio, I just joined Jazzercise like a week and a half ago, and I love this woman who teaches and owns it. And she just announced that she has a new space, a bigger space. She's expanding, it's a mile away. And she said something, and I was so happy for her, but it's like she said something around, teaching the class. She said something about sometimes people are jealous, but we shouldn't be, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, we've been taught to be jealous and compete when really we have to lift each other, especially as women. We want to empower each other, right? Because, and just that we are all one, we're each a wave in the ocean. The consciousness, the ocean, is like one, and then you're a wave, I'm a wave. We're all just in it together, we're all connected. So, does anyone have something they'd like to manifest? Put a 1 in the chat if there's something you want to manifest. Okay. And we're going to talk about getting crystal clear, because you have to know what you want and write it down. It has to be written down. That is automatically. Next is being in alignment, being your authentic self and being in alignment, because when we are not in alignment, it's not happening. Now it's happening 24/7 as far as whatever we're attracting into our life. Like manifestation is on all the time. The law of attraction is on all the time. We're magnets. It's all energy. So whatever you have in your experience, you brought to you, you created. And so the way that I've always been taught is like feeling good is your job. Feeling good is your job, because when you feel good, and it just, your energy's up, and then it's, good things happen, right? But I'm also learning a little bit different, because there's wealthy people that are not always happy and are not always high vibe, and they're attracting money. So what it is it's who are you being? And this is getting into the identity, and this is getting into beliefs. And if you do not believe that you are worthy of abundance, of money, of whatever it is that you want to manifest, that is where you need to begin, which has to do with self-love and self-worth. And let's see, I wrote some notes. So 95% of everything we do is from the subconscious. Only 5%, like right now we're speaking consciously, right? But when we meditate, when we close our eyes, when we go deep, we are getting into the subconscious, our soul, our spirit, and that's where the truth is. So if you basically, we can make a decision like we want certain things, but if you have beliefs that you can't have it, that's what's going to be true for you. So it's about creating new beliefs. It's about identifying what are the beliefs? What are the beliefs you currently have around the things you want? Write them all down, like, I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, whatever the belief might be. And then you're going to rewire, reprogram this, tell the subconscious the new belief. Like money, like you may have a belief that you have to work hard to make money. I'm just assuming money is what some of us want to manifest, but the reality is, I know I have proof that you don't have to work hard for money. I have proof of this because I've gotten people on podcasts in 24 hours made $500. So I know it doesn't have to be hard. So that's a proof, right? So you want to go through and show yourself evidence of things like all your successes, all the things you have done, right? My other, you both attended my, what is it called? The vision workshops. And we talk about, getting crystal clear on what you want and then deciding you're going to have it, and then the fear thing. But when we decide we're going to have it, when you make, like, the mind is a tool and this creates, right? So whatever you're thinking about, thoughts become things. This is truth. Thoughts become things. And so is there any questions so far? So the thing is, you have to ask yourself, who do I have to be to have these things? And how does she respond? How does she act? And a lot of it's behind closed doors too. Like, for instance, how you show up in the world when people see you is one thing, but how are you behind the closed doors? I was just watching something on Instagram and it really resonated because sometimes nobody's watching and you're like, oh, I'm just gonna, eat standing up and from the whatever dish. And it's like, would a queen be doing this? Would a queen who, is living this luxurious life be standing and doing this activity, right? Or like, how would she respond? So self-respect is so gigantic, guys. It's part of alignment, right? And being authentic. Like, you have to pay attention to how you feel is like such a giant piece, because when you when you don't honor your feelings, it affects your energy. It affects it affects how you show up. It affects who you are. It's like you know, how many times, like, I told the story, I think Caprice, were you, Angie, did you hear the story of when I was rear-ended? And I didn't get, yeah. So there's always a lesson whenever something, negative happens. So I was rear-ended this day, and I was in this, so I got out of the car. My car was not damaged. Hers was. It was very fast, and I don't know if, like, is that like how her car was before, or did it happen just then? But she didn't seem too concerned about her car. So perhaps it was already that way, and like this is something she does. But regardless, there was a man behind her in a truck, like a delivery truck, like he worked there, and he had this angry, and he was like, hurry up, like he made a face. And I let him, a total stranger, making a face and angry, stop me from doing the right thing, which would have been, let me take a picture of your license, let me take a picture of your thing, just to see what happens for later, right? Instead, I just thought, okay, nothing's wrong with my car. I'm basically okay. Okay, he's racing, and I left. But see, that was when I pulled away. I was so mad at myself, and then I stopped. I said, no, I'm not going to be mad at myself, because I don't do that anymore, but I'm going to learn from this. This will never happen again. I'm not going to let some guy I don't even know, a total stranger, who makes an angry face, right, rush me out of doing the right thing. So the point is, things like that, where, and I'm just like, that'll never happen. And then I forgot, there was another example also that happened recently where I learned, and yeah, it's just being like, it's prioritizing your own needs, and with unapologetically, Does anyone want to share what they want to manifest in the chat or out loud?
Yeah, I'll share. So as crazy as it sounds, of course, the first thing I'm thinking of is money. I need more money, and how I'm gonna get extra money is like, because I've got different ways of making money, but like right now with my regular job, I'm on salary. So, and I'm grateful for that, because what I used to have to fight for at Honda, struggle and claw, and just to get, I make more than what I made there. But because things are so expensive now, I need to start. I think it's God's kind of forcing me to get out of my comfort zone, and I'm working on doing that. So I was brave today and called on the way home, and I just thought, why not? Because me and this guy's been talking forever about going live on TikTok. And I called him and I said, hey, let's do it. He said, let's do it. He said, anytime. I said, tomorrow night. He said, fine. So, and his general manager's okay with it. They're all on board. They all want us to go live so that it'll help that business too, or whatever. But anyway, I'm wanting to do that, and also do my makeovers, and just to get my Mary Kay business off the ground again. But I was sitting here when you was talking about that, I thought she's going to ask me what a number, an amount. So I wrote down $100,000, like, that I want to receive between now and the end of this year. And that's a lot of money, a lot of money. Like, I can't even imagine it. So, but I marked through that because the next thing that come through my mind was 127,000. I don't know why. Unless that's the number that I actually borrowed on a loan one time to buy a house with. 127,000. So I don't know why. But anyway, I'm going with 127,000. And
Okay.
I'm gonna manifest this. And because I've never really manifested before. And I think it will work. I just have to believe in myself and just focus on this every day. So that's what I want to learn from you, because you're so good. You're a money magnet, Linda.
Thank
And
you.
I'll do the same. And let me tell you, and I don't want to sound like selfish. It's not just that, let me tell you why I need this money. I want this money to pay off some debts and to have a down payment for a house. But I really want to help my kids. my adult children that who are have overcome addiction and they're not asking me for help, but I would love to bless them with some money to help them start their own business, you know,
Mhm.
and
And so it is.
yeah.
Very good, very good. So you know how much, you know what it's for. And
Mhm.
we don't have to know the house. We don't have to know the house, but you
Okay,
do
that's
have to take some actions because you can't just sit on the couch and have it. You have to take actions. That's
mhm,
something else that recently I learned is that the feminine is to rest and, not struggle, not chase, not trying, not, that energy of needing, I need and trying. It's more surrender and this is what I desire. And the masculine is taking an action, and that's how we receive is by taking actions. Like when I got certified and I invested, like that was a big action that I took for my business when I decided I wasn't going to do the real estate. I mean, if you, wanted to buy or whatever, I would still, I mean, I'm not going to pursue real estate. I'm not going to go, spend time doing that, but, um, or I can refer you out. It doesn't matter. But the point is, just these different things are actions like, creating a membership, creating you're going live on TikTok, Gracie is doing different things in her, creating. And at the end of the TikTok, you could say, hey, and you can show up with all your gorgeous makeup on and be like, oh, and by the way, if anyone wants, like you want to use, you're going to be promoting his place, which is
mhm,
beautiful and generous.
mhm.
But at the end, you could be like, doing a call to action, right? Like, hey, if anyone wants to have me,
Mhm.
you know, create,
Promote
do.
their business. Maybe I can do that. People will be like, "Oh, you want to promote your business?" I can help
Yep.
people promote their business, and maybe they
Yes.
can bless me with that, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or a call to
Oh.
action.
Or just show up doing your makeup every
Yeah,
morning and then,
right.
but yeah, it's fun. Manifesting super fun. It's just, yeah, my energy's gotten so much better and I'm just stepping into this woman that lives here in Florida and she's a life coach and she, has this and this in a podcast and like I'm still trying to believe it. Not trying, I'm still embodying this and accepting that this is my truth,
Mhm.
this is the truth. And because it's still like, I'm so grateful and gratitude is gigantic too in this piece because it just is. Um visualiz well, a couple other things. Visualization is another one that's powerful, is to sit and visualize where you're living, what you're doing, and feeling the feelings associated with it. So feeling the how you feel when you have $127,000 sitting in the bank, or how you feel when you are, you know, just for me, it's like I know I want to go have retreats and they're gonna be luxury. I want to do luxury retreats where women come in community and we're gonna have some coaching, but it's gonna be mostly like spa and on the ocean and like eating organic, delicious foods and like it's gonna be total luxury, like queen, for sure. That's something I'm definitely interested in doing. So that's like something I love. Um, and yeah, so in Florida, I'm gonna do them in Florida too. And then writing my book. And I'm writing a chapter in a book, but I'm really, really, I just got Capricia, Johanna's book. It takes a woman to empower women. She was on my podcast. She was on Capricia's and she hasn't gone live on Capricia's yet, but it will be in October. But she's an amazing woman. She helped 2,200 women. Did you listen to that episode? I think I sent it to you. Didn't you listen to it? Angie, the one
Yeah,
she
she had
raised
2,200
one point.
women about the money.
Yeah,
About,
domestic violence. They were all in the
yeah,
domestic violence shelters.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So she's amazing. And
I want
she,
to listen to that again. I can't remember where. I know I probably still have it in my.
yeah, it's so inspiring. And I just bought her book too, and it's like a guide. Um, she's like in her late 70s. Anyway, beautiful soul and really smart. So yeah, the spiritual piece is huge, and it's around surrender. It's around your energy. This is all energy. Okay. So when we're in that lack mindset and fear and scarcity, you have to choose different thoughts, because that's what you're going to attract. We want to really focus on what we are choosing to think about. You know, we choose our thoughts like we choose our clothes in the morning. What is a better feeling thought when you have a negative thought, which will happen because that's our default, right? Um, or a fear thought, just, notice, oh, interesting. And you can say cancel, you can say negative, you can just choose something else. You can, put on music, move your body, whatever, whatever. But yeah, feeling good is key. And then I was just going to mention lastly, like that clearing space, creating space. If your wallet's all cluttered or your purse is cluttered, like all that, that's got to be cleaned up constantly. Your car cleaned up. You want clean spaces, you want respect for the money, like the money if you're carrying money in your wallet, it needs to be all in going in one direction. It's got to be sorted nicely. I've put money throughout my home. It could even be $5 bills, but in different spots, just to like remind me that it's always around me. Um, in this drawer, over here, on the dresser, just pieces, so that it's always around. Like I have fresh flowers. I like to drink my sparkling water out of a wine glass because it's something I enjoy, and, taking baths with Epsom and bubble bath. And it's because, and I take care of myself because, health is wealth for sure. Health is wealth. And the person who has all the things I want, she takes care of herself. She prioritizes her health. So that is what I have for you. Let me think if there's anything else. I wrote some stuff down here. Okay, I talked about self-abandonment. That was when I was rear-ended and didn't act accordingly. That was like abandoning myself. Another time would be if I didn't say no when I wanted to. Self-abandonment, not good. Being kind to yourself, giving yourself grace, not the hard on ourselves, critical on ourselves. Anytime those thoughts come in, it's total deep compassion. And same with our bodies. Love your body. Thank you, body. I love you. Thank you. I wake up, I'm laying in the bed, I'll be caressing, just, letting my body know that I appreciate it. I'm grateful to it, that it's, and I know that can be emotional for some of us because we've been so abusive to our bodies verbally and different things. Um, we're human, we make mistakes. And if we, do that, like, eating a whole pizza or whatever, I don't, is it berate? I don't put myself down over it. It's just, it is what it is. Like, I'm a human being, and I'm, gonna enjoy myself sometimes, or I'm gonna overindulge, and then I just start a new day fresh. Pay attention to your thoughts. Very, very important throughout the day. Become the observer, and, appreciate what you have in the present moment. Be with people, be present when you're with the grandkids, not thinking of the future, not thinking of the past, not worrying, being with them, enjoying their light, enjoying them. When, Capricio, when you're at your music, whatever, just be there, be in the present. It's something that we don't always do. I like to do that with the dog. I like to sit on my couch and just touch him and be in peace, away from all technology, and just, it's like meditative just to sit with him and rub his belly and touch him and be in total peace and calm. I was telling someone that Saturday night I walked by and it was like evening already, and he was laying in the bed, and I'm like, oh, cool. I'll get my books and I'll have my dog, my books, and I'm gonna take my bath. And it's like, to me, I was happy. It's not like, oh, poor me, Saturday night, I'm by myself. It's like, no, that sounds perfect. Snuggle with the doggy, be with my books, and I'm having a great freaking night. Um, and then, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Oh, and then there's the other piece of give what you want to receive. So if you need money, give money. So that's a universal law, give and receive, right? We don't want to hold tight with our hands closed. So like maybe give an extra dollar or tip, somewhere. Or we want to, it flows. Money is currency and it flows. It's meant to move. It's meant to move, right? So it's a tool. It's a tool. And when we use it, sitting there as paper, like if you had $127,000 cash sitting on your ground in your home, it's of no value. It's to be used to pay the debts, or do this for the kids or whatever. Yeah. Anything else? Any other comments or anything you guys want to share?
It's all just in alignment because I was listening to oh gosh, what is the lady's name today? Kathleen, can't think
Cameron?
of her last name. Pardon?
Kathleen Cameron?
Yes, yes. I
Mhm.
was listening to her this morning and a couple of different her videos on manifestation, and she was sharing her stories on how she manifested um the income. She wanted to buy a house, and I think the house was like she needed like $400,000, and she didn't have $400,000 in that time because she had just started working for herself as a business owner, and she didn't have like 2 years worth of tax statements or anything like that. So she had was going trying to go through a traditional broker, but it didn't work out. But she found a broker that was actually able to give her like creative financing deals. And so they got to where they were able to go ahead and put an offer on this house that she had basically like thought in her mind, like what she wanted in a home.
Uh-huh.
And she put her offer on, and they were like, we have 45 days to get $400,000. And so basically, she just went to work, and she was just like, I know I'm gonna have it. And before the 45 days was up, she had 400,000 to put down on the house. And not only that, she had like a little bit more left over. And she just shared some like neat stories, amazing stories about like just the power of your mind, and what you can basically like bring to life just by your thoughts and everything. And it was amazing. I loved it. Yeah.
Right. She studied under Bob Proctor, who's now passed away. And Bob
Yeah.
Proctor is who Mary Morrissey, who created the Brave Thinking Institute, also learned from Bob Proctor. And I just got his book. You guys can download it online. We Are Born Rich. We Are Born Rich. And but Bob Proctor is it's fascinating because the mind is so powerful and we just aren't using it. to our advantage. And beliefs are in the mind, right? So when the other thing Kathleen says is she has the belief that she can change her beliefs in an instant. She can change her beliefs. And she always talks about like she can, you know, she makes it, she gets everything she wants. She can have
Yeah.
everything she wants, she gets. And I'm working towards that belief as well. I am. I'm working towards that belief as well. And it's so cool because and you know, but the surrender piece is there. It's not this needy, clingy trying. It's I
Mhm.
know it's gonna be, I know what I can have it, it's coming, you know. So that's key too. It's like she doesn't have that, nothing's hard. Like she's like, there's no struggle. It's just go to the spot, you know, and it comes. So I love that. Yeah, she's like a new, I forget, like yeah, she's a new manifesting. I mean, she's new to me. Um, but very cool, very cool. What are you currently manifesting?
Um, I'm manifesting a trip to the UK. So I spoke with Belanley, I think it was around before the beginning of this month. And we talked about setting an intention either for her to come here or for me to go to the UK. And so after sitting with her for a minute, I'm like, you know what? I want to go there. I was talking to Kayla about it. She was like, no, let's go there. I'm like, okay, cool. So I have it for next year, summer. I need to decide if it's gonna be either June. It's like she said, June through August is the best time to come. So I need to look at some dates and put them on the board. And so I want to manifest like 20,000 to be able to have what I need to travel and all of that and just really have a great time. So
I love it. And you'll
yeah,
be free. You won't be tied down to your 9 to 5, right? I love
no, no, yeah. That's exactly it. Yeah. So that's what I'm in the process of manifesting. So I'm in the process of updating my passports because it hasn't expired. I
that.
need that.
Taking inspired aligned action, exactly. And also just visualizing it. Like I'm visualizing it for you. I love that idea. Going like
Yeah.
overseas and just it's beautiful. It's awesome.
Yeah.
So
So I've
cool.
never been. I always wanted to go, and now I can definitely go. So yeah.
Mhm. Sweet. I love it. That's amazing. Yeah, I'm manifesting um just total financial freedom and bliss, just love and bliss and specifically, you know, um $30,000 months and what else? A home in Florida, a house. I have it all written down, by the way. I wrote every detail. My Florida home has 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, hurricane windows, 2-car garage, the master
Yeah.
on this side, the 2 bedrooms on that side, open floor plan, white kitchen, granite, pool in the lanai, private setting, neighborhood with amenities. Um, what else? And it's newer and it's near all of where I live. Like I like where I live. I like even though
Mhm.
I'm far from the beach, I do enjoy where I live. I like that I have the dog park 5 minutes away. I have the library 5 minutes away. I have Chabad 2 minutes away. I have the dog rescue. I love where I live. So
Mhm.
and the restaurants and Waterside and UTC and all that. So I love where I live. So yeah, I am manifesting a home. Um, yeah, and just doing my passion and purpose work and travel and having fun. I just want to like do this work and That's it. And just more clients and yeah, it's all gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yep, it's gonna happen. So, thank you guys for sharing. Thanks for being here. I thought there were a couple others coming and they didn't show, which is fine. I'm glad we were here and yeah, just keep paying attention to the thoughts and consciously choosing positive thoughts and sitting in visualization like 5 minutes a day. Are you I know that Capricia is doing, are you doing morning practice at all, Angie, like in the morning, like
No, I need to though.
okay, because you have the Miracle Morning book and I think you have an app too or something.
I did the app for the free 7 days or whatever, but then I canceled it, but I want to do it again.
Even if you did just meditate for 5
Mhm.
minutes every single morning, you would
Mhm.
notice a difference in your day, in your
Yeah.
life. You gotta figure out,
Mhm.
yeah, carving that time out for yourself is so
Mhm.
huge.
Got up early this morning, but I didn't. I just hit the floor running though and cleaned the house,
Mm,
which I talked myself into it that was my exercise for the day. But I mean, I was sweating because the kids left a big mess. But I really want to focus on getting up at a certain time every single day
mhm.
and work on that because it just lets you see how you have so much time left to do the things you want to do, like reading or whatever, just if you don't have time to read, you're not making time, it's not important to you. But like I admire people so much when they read books, because but like I find myself picking up a book and then thinking, oh, I got something else I need to do. But no, I need to devote my time to reading to learn all I can learn.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I
And
like,
what was the name of that lady? I want to get that book. Kathleen Cameron. Is it Kathleen with a K?
yeah,
Okay, Kathleen Cameron. And the name of the book was.
but she didn't write well, I think she does have a book out there,
She
but
has a book, but she's on YouTube. You can find her on
Oh, okay.
YouTube. That's how I
Okay.
found her.
yeah,
Okay.
she's amazing. I was tempted to do her $10,000 program, but I can't. I'm not going to. But Kathleen Cameron, but the other woman is Johanna Crawford. It takes a woman to empower women. It takes a woman to empower women. I can send you the link on Amazon.
Okay.
Want to order it.
Okay.
And she self-published it and it's a guide. You have journal prompts in there. It's pretty good. I was impressed. Every book, like books keep showing up. I know I'm an author. I know I'm gonna be
Mhm.
an author. I
I'm
know,
saying it.
yeah. I know it. I mean, I already started my book.
Yeah.
And I was in a bestseller book course, so I still have that. It's just,
Mhm.
and she's starting it up again. I was so busy at the time. And like when I had my podcast interview today with this woman and I told her that I was, just decided not to do, the real estate, focus on the real estate. She was like, oh my God. She goes, my friend was here and he was a realtor and 24/7. Like it's just a big,
Mhm.
I created a lot of space by, but
Yeah.
so beautiful. I'm gonna stop the recordings. We have the 45 minutes done for this membership call. Thank you for sharing.